Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News Broadcast. 联合早报 reports, citing the Wall Street Journal, that Israel established a secret military base in the Iraqi desert to conduct airstrikes against Iran. The United States was reportedly aware of this base, which also functions as a logistical hub for the Israeli Air Force. The facility, established shortly before a joint U.S.-Israeli military operation against Iran this year, also houses Israeli search and rescue teams and special forces capable of commando missions. In an incident in early March, Iraqi official media reported that shepherds noticed unusual helicopter activity, prompting Iraqi military forces to investigate. Israel subsequently launched airstrikes to prevent these Iraqi troops from approaching the secret installation. A strategic consulting expert noted that the sparsely populated western Iraqi desert provides an ideal location for such temporary outposts, reminiscent of its use by U.S. Special Forces during the 2003 invasion of Iraq. U.S. and Israeli forces initiated a large-scale military operation against Iran on February 28, declaring a ceasefire on April 8, though negotiations between the two sides have yet to commence. Daily Express reports on the tragic China Eastern Airlines Boeing 737-800 flight MU-5735 crash on March 21, 2022, which claimed the lives of all 132 people aboard. The aircraft plunged into a near-vertical nosedive, briefly recovering before a second fatal descent into a mountainside in South China's Guangxi province. The incident occurred within approximately 2 minutes, with pilots failing to respond to air traffic control. While Chinese aviation authorities confirmed no prior faults with the aircraft, crew, or weather, they have yet to release the final investigation report, citing national security and social stability concerns as of June 1, 2025. A May 1, 2000 of Ardgrestaus and Mart Kind, De show is of grad black box data. 4 years later, the definitive cause of this aviation catastrophe remains a mystery, leaving victims' families and the global aviation industry awaiting answers. Al Jazeera reports that French President Emmanuel Macron has embarked on a significant tour of East Africa, visiting Egypt, Kenya, and Ethiopia, as Paris seeks to redefine its long-standing role on the continent. The visit is a strategic move to mend economic and security ties and address escalating anti-French sentiment, particularly strong in former West African colonies like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, where French forces were recently expelled. Macron aims to shift France's approach from a post-colonial influence to a more cooperative partnership model, focusing on cultural and educational exchanges, entrepreneurship, climate initiatives, and youth engagement. He will co-host the Africa Forward Summit in Kenya, his first in an Anglophone country, and engage in peace and security talks at the African Union headquarters in Ethiopia. These efforts come amidst growing competition from other global powers, notably Russia, whose influence, partly through groups like Wagner, has expanded by exploiting anti-French sentiment in the region. The tour underscores France's attempt to reinvent its relationship with African states and compete in a changing geopolitical landscape, though questions about its sustained influence persist. For Metro Co. UK, Connecticut resident Teresa Jack is preparing a $1 million class action lawsuit against passengers from the Hantavirus hit MV Hondius cruise ship who refused to self-isolate, and against government institutions for failing to protect public health. This comes after 3 deaths and 8 confirmed cases of the virus, suspected to have originated from a Dutch couple who visited an Argentine landfill. Several U.S. states are already monitoring exposed individuals, and the World Health Organization reports a 50% mortality rate for Hantavirus. Jack, who lost loved ones and nearly died from COVID-19, stated she is a woman with a spreadsheet and is driven by a feeling of helplessness experienced during the last pandemic. Her efforts appear to have made a difference, as the CDC is now flying U.S. passengers to a national quarantine center. Her initiative has garnered pledges of $1 million from nearly 15,000 supporters and outreach from concerned neighbors. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.